A couple of months ago, we released a stamp set called Bring the Bling that went like hotcakes. Everyone loves making their own blingy flourishes and having these amazing stamps to create embellishments exactly the way we like them. Well, Melanie Munchinger has done it again with her brand new set, Border Bling. Border Bling was designed to coordinate with many of the Nestability's dies to help you create three-dimensional sparkly frames for any stamping and scrapbooking project. Just like Bring the Bling stamp set, you can use these fabulous frames with embossing powder, glitter and rhinestones, pearls, nail heads, and as the perfect guide for paper piercing. But tonight, I want to show you how to use this set with one of my new favorite embellishments, liquid pearls. We carry liquid pearls in 3 of my favorite colors because these seem to be the colors that I tend to want to buy when I buy the pre-done pearl embellishments. I love the red pearl, the silver pearl, and then the white opal, which looks just like precious white pearls. Now, when you get this stamp set, the one thing you're going to notice when you pull it out of the package is that these stamps are made of borders that all fit the Nestability's dies, but then inside there are greeting stamps that are perfectly centered inside the frames. So you can pop this out as one unit and use it to create a border with a greeting inside, or you can use them separately by just punching out the greeting inside and using them independently. And as long as you don't do any trimming on the inside of this stamp or around the edge of the greeting stamp, you will be able to just pop that right back in place when it's on the acrylic block and use them as one unit again. So that's a really nice feature, and it also gives you a lot more rubber stamps on this sheet. So to begin, let me just show you a couple things that I've stamped here. I've chosen to use just this little scroll stamp, and I've stamped this one using some white pigment ink on black cardstock. And this one I used some London Fog Memento ink, and that's just kind of a gray color on the white cardstock. Now for this one, I'm just going to grab one of these little cat's eyes here. This is a product we're going to be carrying soon. Not this release, but very soon. I'm just going to ink that up with a little bit of red chalk ink. And I'm going to stamp that here on the white cardstock. And you can see how nice and crisp that image is. It's just beautiful. Now, if you want to get fancy, you can take your paper piercer and you can pierce inside all of those little holes that make these little dots look like sequins. Or you can use my new favorite embellishment, the liquid pearls. Now, let me show you how to do this. What you're going to notice is when you first open your bottle of liquid pearls, if you've used it already, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to squeeze a little bit out first just to make sure nothing's dried in there or there isn't anything that's going to splatter and ruin your project. Then you're going to find the dots that you want to embellish, and you're going to squeeze just until the ball of liquid pearls completely fills the circle. So let me do the first one here, and then you're going to just pull straight up. Okay, just like that. And you see the way it self-levels? It turns that ball into a perfect little pearl. Now, for some designs, you may want to do every single dot. For other designs, you may just want to accent the bigger dots and leave the little ones just flat. And that gives a really unique look, like I'm going to do right there. I'm going to do those two. Then I'm going to come down and do these 2 bigger ones. And you can see it goes pretty quickly, and it's creating those just perfect pearls. So let me show you. I'm going to just lean this up against a white piece of cardstock here so you can really see the dimensions. See how nice and high they are? Isn't that neat? So that is a really fun look. Looks great with the red pearls on the white. Now let me show you a little bit of the silver here. The silver looks just like the gray Honora pearls that you see. They're just beautiful. I'm going to start this on my scratch piece of cardstock here because I've used it already. And you can see it's kind of splattering a little bit. There we go. Okay. And again, doing the same thing making a ball of silver. And this really does look just like a silver bead or a silver pearl. I'll do another one here. This silver's so pretty, it looks like tiny little BBs. You know how shiny they are? Really neat. Now let me show you how pretty the white looks. And the white seems to be one of those that you have to have in your collection because everybody needs some white pearls. I stamped that white ink onto some black cardstock, which really makes it pop. And let me start it again, since I've used this one already. There we go. And wait till you see how beautiful this one looks. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? It comes out of the bottle looking just like a real pearl. So neat. What a great idea. And you can see that as these start to level, they become just perfect little bubbles. Let me show you a card project that I made using the liquid pearls and the Border Bling stamp set. I decided to grab one of the new stamps from the new Stamp TV kit, the Vintage Chic, because I thought that this border looked very similar to a very glamorous makeup mirror with all the lights going around. So what I did was I stamped this in white ink, and then I followed along that whole scroll using the white liquid pearls. And then inside here, I've added one of the new images from the Vintage Chic kit, and I used one of the greetings from the Border Bling stamp set. And when you see all of the stamps in the Stamp TV kit and you see all of the stamps in the Border Bling, you're going to think that Melanie and I made these stamps to coordinate with one another. We didn't. It was purely coincidental, but they're perfect together. So there's my little You Look Simply Marvelous card with my gal sitting there getting all dressed up and her lighted mirror right around her. Isn't that fun? Try all 3 liquid pearls colors with different colored cardstock to create the perfect frame for any focal image.